Let's talk money. When it's all said and done and you've completed the Humber College real estate program, it's now time to grow a business. This is going to be a fun video. We'll cover how much money you make on an average sale here in Ontario, how you are paid commission and when, followed by a little bit of budgeting advice. We'll quick touch on real estate expenses, then finally reinvesting back into yourself. First, just quickly, if you're new here, my name's Callum Moore, eXp Realty Real Estate Broker here in Ontario. And if you find these videos helpful, consider liking and subscribing. It means an absolute ton to me, but let's just dive right into the video. First, how much money do you make on doing your first deal? And we'll base it on my first buyer sale that happens to be very close to the average price home here in Waterloo region. Okay, so this was on the buy side, which does have a couple positives. Apart from the extra time you spend taking clients to showings and spending maybe a little extra money on gas, there are less expenses. No marketing of the home, no professional photos, video, or staging. Your expenses are lower, meaning you ultimately retain more of the commission on the deal. Of course, as I say that, still go after sellers. They are better for long-term growth, but for the sake of this deal, we kept more of the money. Okay, so this home was in my area and my clients bought it for $867,000 and I was receiving a 2.5% commission. 2.5% of $867,000 is $21,675, plus we collect HST of 13%, which is another $2,817.75 for a total of $24,492.75. A nice paycheck for sure, but it's not all ours, of course, is it? Which has us moving on to second on the list, how you are paid commission. Okay, so I'm with eXp Realty here in Ontario, and we have an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap. I've said it in other videos before, make sure you're aiming to retain at least 75 to 90% of your commission, and ideally that does come with a cap. Because once you cap, for instance, I would cap on less than 4 of these deals, I now move to 100% commission split. That gets us moving up the ladder, keeping more of our annual commission. 80% of course is not bad, but 85, 90, even 100% here at eXp Realty if you become an icon agent. A cap and incentives like this allow you to tap into the ability to keep more of your commission while still having a full service brokerage. I'll quick mention, if you want to find out more information on eXp Realty specifically here in Ontario, I'll put a video in the cards, and you can also book a Zoom meeting with myself to find out more information. That's in the description below as well. Okay, so this being the first sale of the year, eXp Realty keeps 20%, which is $4,898.55, and I keep $19,594.20. That $19,500 plus is paid directly to our account on or a few days after closing. So always keep that in mind, especially as a brand new agent. As you start to do more deals, this doesn't matter as much, but you will be paid at closing or just after closing. And the closing process after the offer has been accepted and firm and binding is usually anywhere between 30 and 90 days. Okay, we'll talk quickly on third on the list, which is budgeting advice, before we get into expenses and reinvesting. You have to be smart here, because 13% of that commission we collected that goes into our bank account, we collected on behalf of the government. So you have to minus that 13% from the commission, which is $2,254.20, leaving us with a nice amount of $17,340 for paying ourselves expenses or to reinvest. So collecting HST is not a bad thing by any means. In your first year, you will probably pay this HST to the government at tax time. As you progress as a realtor, the government may want you to start remitting this HST quarterly. But take that $2,254.20 of HST collected and ideally put it into a savings account for now. I know there aren't too many high-paying savings accounts. Maybe look for a promotion if you can, but just separate it from your earned money as a good business practice. Even if it's only earning a dismal 0.5%, you just know you cannot touch it. Okay, that's third on the list. Let's move on to another short one, expenses. These expenses are just my mandatory expenses. I'm not putting up any business expenses, any travel, anything like that, marketing, just what we need to pay. And I'll just put it right up on the screen here. As you can see, some of these are annual fees or even biannual fees, but just to give you a rough idea of monthly fees, I broke them all down. eXp tech fee, and again on this one, you might have a desk fee or something like that. These are just mine. Rico licensing fee, local board fees below that, Korea Oria, and Rico insurance, for a total of $370.29 per month, or $443.48 annually. As you can imagine, after the breakdown we just did of making one sale and taking home over $17,000, these fees do become quite nominal, quite fast. Okay, on to fifth and last on the list, reinvesting back into your business. Searching the internet, you will find that traditionally investing 20 to 30% of your profits back into your company is recommended. That's a good start, but every scenario is different, isn't it? Let's take Mr. Beast, for example. He invests everything back into himself and his business, and his success is out of this world. Not just on YouTube, but everywhere. Others, however, can't afford to invest any money back into themselves because they need it all for their living expenses. Every person's situation is different. If you can invest as much as you can back in, once you have a defined business plan and goal. Mr. Beast's goal, make the best videos he possibly can and invest every dollar back into his company. A brand new agent, however, I would suggest invest into knowledge, marketing, digital marketing, perfecting the art of communication. Make yourself unique and valuable. What's crazy about real estate and where it is in the world today is that if you can join with awesome people, now it's just invest your time to get really good at it, and that can happen as fast as you crave knowledge and take action. Knowledge is power in real estate, and I've said this before multiple times in other videos. Some of the best stuff you can do to grow your business can be absolutely free or close to it. As your business starts to grow, you can now invest back into yourself to free up more time. It just takes knowledge, action, trust the process, and maybe most importantly, stay consistent. You'll be investing back into your small business faster than you think. Or you might even think to yourself, if it's not broken, don't fix it, and continue doing what works. Again, if you're interested in finding out what we're doing for brokers, agents, or soon to be agents that join us here in Ontario, specifically at eXp Realty, book a call with me. It's in the description below. If you have any questions, you can DM, email, comment on this video. I get back to everyone. Again, I'm Callum Moore, eXp Realty real estate broker here in Ontario. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.